on the list?
Oh, we've still got a couple more people leaving, I believe. Sorry, joining. We still don't have Angry Nerd, and we've still got a couple more people that are jumping in, I think.
Okay, well, when they jump in, they can start sharing. Angry Nerds I feel will be in 10 minutes.
Right on.
All right, Fedio, what do you got?
I guess better screen share here. I've just been working on the bell tower model. I still have to finish texturing it, but this is what I got so far. So give me a couple more days and I'll probably be completely done. And that's about all I've been working on.
I saw a screenshot of that in the map itself. Like,
Oh, it's not a screenshot in the map. It
oh
is the
well,
actual model.
yeah. Yeah. But you
I
were
can just
talking
imagine
about
this floating screenshot. This is coming here.
but I remember you were like messing with the stairwell leading up to it or something.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with that yet. That's still yet to be worked on.
Is the insides of that walkable? Like, can you actually walk into the temple?
No,
Last
no,
time
well,
no.
wait. Video, it probably is going to have to be for the other game mode when we remove all the barriers and stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? For the
Yeah,
FFA
all right.
version? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah,
recompile it. That's fine.
but there's a big old bell in it.
Well, yeah, it might be a bit crowded in there, and they might not be able to walk inside it, but
Yeah, maybe
they
we
can
just make
walk
it not
through it.
walkable. It does look like just a decoration piece.
Mm. We can fuck with it. It's all
All
good.
right, cool. So that's basically what you're working on this week.
Yeah, am I allowed to show the map right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, you show
Yeah,
anything.
dude, go for it.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure
Just
I
steer
must
clear of your section because I think there's some pretty big stuff that someone else is looking for. Fuck, I look like an alcoholic. There's a bottle of wine right here. Um, it's accurate, but I mean I don't need to show it off. Shit. Um, yeah, dude, show it, but show your section in particular, so you're not trampling on other people's show and tell. That's all.
We still have the portal 2 loading dots.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily want to show it. I just wanted to check it for myself. And
Oh, did you get have you got a new build cooked?
yeah,
Oh,
Fug just put one up, so I was just gonna look at it.
we may as well show it. It's show and tell. I mean, it's whatever you've been working on, whatever you think is cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, just as a heads up, Michael, do you want to? Yeah, we're waiting on Sam still.
Okay, that's okay. So you can join. Just ping him on
Cool.
IRC.
Yeah,
I'm,
he's sorting himself
I'm
out.
here. I'm just having some problems with my with Hangout right now.
No
Right
problem.
on.
If you want somebody else to show the stuff, you can just link us or whatever. That's really cool, Fedio.
It looks like the light's gonna come off the bell nicely as well. I just saw a bit of a hotspot on the spec map, so
Yeah, the ambient occlusion worked out really well. I see you recycling the winter dragon at the top.
Yeah, that was on there originally, so I just
it
threw
was
that
sitting
back
on top of the model. Yeah, we'll probably have to redo it, man. Close up, it doesn't look hot.
It's on the other parts of the map too. I don't know if we were keeping that or not.
Yeah, it's a very branded temple.
Is the brand Dodgy Dragon? Because
Yeah,
that's the brand I think it is.
That's pretty. We're gonna veer towards dick jokes again, aren't we?
But anyway, that's it.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I said was Dodgy Dragon.
Cool. That's awesome, Fedio. Is there anything else you want to show us?
Fedio, just so we're good for the week. You're obviously continuing work on that next week, yeah?
Yeah,
Like this week coming.
yeah, I'll texture. Just give me like another day or two. It should be done.
Okay.
Cool, dude.
Papers.
Do you want to grab Pampers? Or is he not mic'd?
Pampers, are you there?
So he
Maybe
can't
not.
get his mic working.
Okay. Do you wanna text to speech for him, Fedio? He can still tell us what he's been up to. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but yeah.
Maybe some screenshots too.
There we go.
Oh yeah, Pampers won a award for his university work. Congratulations.
Yeah, I read about that. That's awesome, dude.
Can somebody screenshot that one, that link? Oh yeah, here we go. A vase. Where's that gonna go?
Inside the dojo.
I'm looking it up right now. I forgot to show it.
I got it.
It's in the latest map build, I believe.
Cool. It's very shiny. It's gonna be breakable, isn't it? Come on, come on.
Dude, it can't be breakable where it is, because players can't get there, in this mode at least.
We can have a falling vases extra.
Dude, I want a falling vases extra, I want a breaking barrels extra,
Yes.
I want a smashable car extra.
What's next for you, Peppers?
He also did the bridge last week. I don't know if he mentioned it.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, last week was vases as well. He said he'd be done with the vases. So,
Oh, okay.
what's new this week? Typing.
I think he finished the vases this week because he had to go to the award ceremony.
No, I mean, what's going to be for next week?
For Pampers, I don't know. I can send him the wind chimes model if he wants it.
He says cardboard boxes. Cardboard boxes.
Yeah. There's of all shapes and sizes. He knows what's up. He's probably already checked the asset list and staked a claim.
Are we also adding homeless game developers into District? Cause
Dude, I think we should. It'd be accurate.
yes. If nothing else is more urgent, well, we need scabbards. Actually.
We need scabbards for any of the swords that you've done. We need the scabbards made, dude. That's not a bad place to start. We definitely need the cardboard boxes and stuff. Funnily enough, like even though they're such a mundane object, they are needed.
Pampers, can you pick a specific scabbard that you wouldn't work on so we can know, just so we have expectation or something?
Out of your list of swords, dude. I reckon Incendio would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be a very good one. Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's personal preference, obviously.
Okay, cool. Sweet, Fug, you're next.
Shamelessly, not a lot this week. When I spoke
You were
to him
AFK for a bit though, dude.
Yeah, no, I have been around. I've been doing some work. I spent a bit of time. I got the specular working last week, but when I actually finally got it uploaded and checked it out after the meeting, it wasn't good. And I spent a day just tinkering with that. Since then, termi sort of inspired me to have a go at modelling a sword. I know it's not really necessary at the moment, and I can drop it at any time if you want. I just took a break from mapping for a couple of days.
Hey, show us the sword.
Haven't done much since last night. Hold on, let's see if I can find you some links.
There's nothing wrong with work in progress, man. It's all good. That's why we're here.
Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, the idea was I watched the 14 Blades movie. I was telling Flux about this, and I'm sure they had like some square-bladed swords, but I kind of knew you guys wouldn't really like it because, you know, it doesn't have a tip on the end for stabbing.
Hey Fedio, can you show that on your screen share? Because
yeah, 1 moment.
What's that?
the Fug link.
I started with this one,
Cool.
and you told me to go for something more like this now is where I'm at. And it's basically going to be a ninja sword. and going by the reference picture you gave me, I quite like the reference picture. And the sword has a very sort of black, matte sort of blade.
Is there another link? We can't see your screen actually, so.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I've pasted it into chat. And yeah, so I'm going to go straighten out the blade closer to what the original concept was like. I haven't got a link for that at the moment. But it's going to be a ninja sword. It's going to be pretty much black. I want it to be different from the existing sort of katana. That's why I went for the square, is it Tsuba thing? The guard.
Yeah.
To try and just make it something completely different from what we've already got.
Right on.
But it's not a priority. It was Termi. He started making swords, so I was like, oh, I want to make another sword.
What are you doing this week?
Want to get back into mapping. Today I just put in Pampers's vases. So what did I have in mind? Oh, right, the temple is pretty much finished inside as far as I'm concerned, apart from everything above your head, i.e. the banners that I made. They all need changing to something more appropriate, getting rid of the existing logo that I put on there. So that's probably going to be my priority, and then that's it. I can't really see much more for inside. Maybe if Spire and Termi want to play with the stone in the middle.
We've also got, as far as building stuff goes, we've also got that external building to do. But then we're pretty much done for the man-made stuff. It's going to be a lot of spit and polish and special effects stuff from there, which is good. That's definitely a landmark milestone for that map.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten about that outside building. I spoke to Fedio and Spire about it the other day. Trying to brainstorm what to do with it.
Cool, thanks.
I'm sure I'll find something more to do as well.
Okay.
We've also got, as pre-mentioned, we've also got scabbards for the swords that are already in. So you'll probably need to do one for Strident as a starting point.
Yeah, already been thinking about it and looking forward to it, actually. So.
Cool.
Biohazard.
Okay, so what I did at the very beginning of the week was implementing the tintable character shader, which we needed hours to compile for because the compiler sucks so much. I can quickly show that in-game, I guess.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man.
So it basically just allows you to tint a part of the character, simply defined with the texture, like this.
Oh my god, that character just changed color.
And we were also thinking about doing that for the swords, I guess. So you could tint the sword grips or something, I don't know. But we can probably wait a bit for that. But we should eventually tackle that so we have more customization, I guess.
Just so you know, Christian, Anders is just like, nice, I don't think he'd seen it yet.
Sorry?
Peppers.
Peppers just mentioned that he thinks it looks good in text because he's got no back.
I love how even the stance HUD is like semi-done down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to that later, I guess. But
Cool.
As a result of that tint shader, I had to change the charge effect to not use the proxies anymore, but another shader now as a custom pass. And it basically looks the same, but it plays a simple animation when charging up. I don't know if that's visible.
It kind of flows from bottom to top, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I saw this in game and it looked really cool. It was like, wow, this is doing something. I do have one crit for this, is that it looks a little bit arcadey at the moment, like the whole like the energy charging.
Yeah.
Can you do that move again, Flux?
Not for you, Termi.
Oh, god damn it.
But the way it worked before, as Spire's prototype did, it looked more evil and more like he was
dark, foreboding.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
like that it
What are your thoughts?
showcases more now. Like I like that it's more heavy now, but yeah, it does seem a little tiny bit over the top at the moment, personally.
Maybe we can make that flow effect for the tier 2 charge level, because we were still thinking about how we are going to visualize that when you hit the
Differentiate between
threshold.
them.
So maybe you just like have it go up once.
Yeah, exactly. When you hit the tier 2 threshold.
Yeah.
So we don't need a charge bar or anything anymore like that. We also have these reflective particles that are shown when you hit tier 2, but they are hardly visible, I guess. If we flash the player model like this with a flow effect or whatever, I guess that should be obvious enough to indicate that or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I could probably change it to just flash once when you hit the threshold. So it also makes some sense gameplay-wise.
That's one less HUD element we will need. It'll make it obvious, which is good.
Okay. That sounds really good. Let's see. So there's this, and then there's also the stance HUD.
Yeah, exactly. Started working on that today, and it's not done yet. It's just missing particle effects, though, and it's missing
Wow, that's quick,
stance
dude.
texture too.
Okay.
We can probably use the stance textures that we were using before, but I think we could change them to compile the distance alpha, like you mentioned earlier, Termi.
Yeah.
So we can
Just to clean them up a little bit.
Or something. I can compile them with distance alpha if you can give me the high resolution sources, or you can do that. I don't know.
Cool.
But,
Are you guys cool with how visually this the stance HUD looks right now? Because you started implementing them. I haven't really sort of gone through the final visual pass, but I mean, it looks cool. It looks usable. What do you guys think so far? Everybody else, input, please.
And then silence.
Comment? Okay.
I haven't
Dude, you should probably go person to person, but like you've already had my thoughts on it, man. I think it's definitely in the right direction. I mean, think it's
visual
a definite
design.
advancement.
Just visual design. I mean, like just like color, the background of the text, the border and all that shit, and like the square nodes.
My main thing, like as I mentioned before when we were originally talking about it, dude, was one thing I want is like for people that have been playing for a while, I want it to work as like a peripheral vision thing, where after you're used to how the game works and how the combat works with the strings and everything, I'd like it if, even though it's sitting in the corner of your screen, there are visual effects that make it clear what's going on down there as a player that knows what they're doing. That's my main thing, so they don't have to stare at it to see what's happening.
Okay.
That's pretty much it for me.
Bio, this is awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Regarding those visual effects, I was going to just flash some particles when you perform an attack or when you charge up, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's basically the only thing that's missing. And I also have a few texture requests, basically.
Dude, just buzz me. I don't mind throwing stuff together.
I made a screenshot of those problems that you might have a look at.
Yeah, man.
You basically need to fix some charge textures for Pure and Vyoku.
Oh, yeah.
some tint maps are still messed up. I think one of Pure's and one of Knight's.
Yeah, Knight's one, Fedio, that's your alternate of Knight. And I think it's actually your alternate of Pure as well. I'm sorry to draw the line on you, but I think they're your textures. If you're cool to build the maps for them, do you mind doing that?
Well, basically all they were to begin with was just a color change from one of the existing skins. I mean, you could almost delete them if you wanted.
Oh, no, because there's key differences. Like on the white version of Knight that you did, the mask is a little bit different.
That's the only difference.
Yep, and also the leg on Pure. So at the moment, I don't know if you can see the shot that Christian just linked. It applies the tint weirdly because it's using the same one. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I was aware of that. I just didn't know what you wanted me to do for that.
You need to copy the Fong
Just give them a
Expo map
once over, that's all. Yeah.
basically edit the blue channel of that so that it fits to your coloring.
I really
Yeah,
quickly did them, but it is referencing a unique file. Yeah. I didn't. It's actually my fault, Christian. I didn't actually get to mention it to to Fedio yet.
Nice,
As
no
for the
problem.
charge textures, the only reason their whole model glowing at the moment, as you said, it's because the charge texture's missing. The main reason for that is because those characters aren't done yet. But yeah,
Yeah. And we can also
but we can do that.
just modulate that on the shader so that it only shows like a Fresnel effect or something. I did that on the swords, but I guess it's better if you just have some detailed charge effect for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
I'm cool with that.
Hey, I want to mention one thing, Bio. This is like just a small little detail, but okay,
Yeah.
can you see this?
I'm gonna be sick. Holy crap! I hate when you do that, dude. That camera swishing thing.
Can you see this? Can you see this right now?
Yeah.
Are you talking
so-
about the glow?
No. So this part sort of comes out from the stance that it originated from. This line is like currently missing. That's all. It's just like one line. Right now you start here and here.
Oh
here.
yeah. Right.
Should have
Yeah.
like one just a tiny little detail.
Oh no, I didn't see that actually. Yeah, that's no problem to add.
Just to connect it up.
It's all good. Put my camera back.
Whoa.
Sorry.
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit, dude.
Too fucking bad.
No, it wasn't because of the camera movement, it's because of your face.
Aw, you're mean, man. I don't like you anymore.
Oh dear. I think we got Sam next, don't we?
I'm next
You're next, okay.
in the array of video.
Welcome,
chats
Paul,
happening.
by the way.
Hey, Paul.
Hello.
So I'm gonna move my camera around this time. So this is where I worked on last week is the stance HUD design, and so I don't know why it took me so long to come to this design, but basically it's that like this showing a history of what you've done. Sort of like the first attack is a fast stance string 1, and then your second attack is a heavy stance string 3, and then the next two attacks are balanced string 2. So it draws out a history.
Hey,
And then
how do you know which stance it is, dude? Does it show, or
What do you mean?
does it show if it's string 1, string 2? Stance, blah. Does it show if it's tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3?
It doesn't. And I'm a little bit afraid of overloading this UI with information. We could put all
That's
sorts
fair
of
enough.
stuff in here, like it could indicate if it's a forward attack, left attack, right attack. It could indicate like you said, tier. Like I can put a 1, 2, or 3, or or bigger particle or some shit here. But yeah, it's a little bit too much. It's gonna get really busy in here. This is again, like you said, like peripheral vision, sort of to help newbies visualize like what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because like even someone like Euronoke, who's played the game for a long time, like really has no idea until we've showed him the original like noob HUD. He was like, oh, I get it. Like these nodes represent like.
The combat system does have a lot of depth to it, and if like people can come in and just jump in and go nuts, and they're going to get something cool out of it. But I think this version of the HUD, the string HUD, actually explains a lot more what's going on and what the player's options are. So I've already said all this to you before, dude, but I think it's definitely in the right direction compared to where we were.
So this fuck, my camera can't focus this close, and it's like backwards. But this
No, dude, it's not backwards here. It's fine.
Oh, okay, it's backwards on mine. So this icon, I want to make a stance icon for every character. I don't know how we're gonna sort of read that out. Maybe I'll put it in the characters.txt or something. But I need your help sort of making, or I can just screenshot a whole bunch of them, and you can like VMT VTF for me. Is that okay?
Yeah, dude.
But I don't like. I'll try to figure out what size these icons should be. But basically, it's like a stance
Dude,
icon.
the bigger
for
resolution,
every-
if we're doing distance alpha on them, the higher resolution the better. Like Valve does theirs with 4096, but I don't think Dist2 Alpha works with that higher res for us.
They're loading a 4096 icon?
No.
There's
It's
so
the
many
source image.
compilers. You can actually define the ratio when you compile it. So that's totally easy. The higher the sources, the better, I guess.
So I should give you a 4096 source.
If you
or
can,
something,
dude.
something high.
Yeah. Because it's applying this like weird filter thing to that whole Dist2 Alpha. It's like pseudo vertex shapes, but it needs really good quality source material to pull it off. So yeah.
Bio mentioned that maybe no charge bar in here. Perhaps we just don't need it. I don't know. I'm split on that. Like, I mean, this seems like a reasonable place to do
It seems like a
charging.
clean place to possibly do it. Failing that, maybe as I was saying again before when we were talking about it, Flux, possibly having it on the node itself, but that brings up other potential hazards. So
Bio, what are your thoughts on that? I know you said maybe it's like unnecessary or whatever, but I mean it is nice to see like a charge happening, right? Like a progress bar.
I think my main reason is noob friendliness. Just as a heads up, what do you reckon, Christian?
Um, I think if we show that, we need to indicate somewhere where the tier 2 threshold is. I don't know, would you just draw another line somewhere in the middle, or how would you do that?
Yeah, so
Right.
that's what I was about to design is like just having like a mark, like a line mark between just because right now we have it designed it's all tier 2 time is all the same, so we can just have like one vertical line going down the middle somewhere. That's just like
Well, you might not even need a vertical line, but you could actually do a color shift or something, or add an outline version or something like that.
yeah, maybe. Well, whatever. Is that's not something that's too hard to add, right? Like let's just do what you're doing now, and like let's just not change it, and then let's have no charge bar for now. Whatever. Well, let's just move on. Like I
We
really
can edit with a CVR, I guess, and then we can decide later what we do. So.
maybe we'll add it when players complain and they really want to charge bar. But seriously, I'm like sort of tired of working on this, and I want to move on to other things.
Yeah, otherwise, I would just use the pulse effect on the character model, and maybe particle effect on the string knot that you can see there. So we just like spawn some particles when you are charging and you hit tier 2, and you have the pulse on the character. So it will at least indicate it. But I don't know. It might not be noob friendly enough. That's true.
That'll indicate when they've actually hit tier 2. But the main reason I liked the bar personally was it also showed you the rate at which you were going to hit the bar just because you saw the animation. That's my only reason.
Yeah, the
because
bar-
you could sometimes hold out a little bit longer to try and hit tier 2 and things like that.
The bar would be nice, but let's just not dwell on it. I mean,
Yeah.
like, fuck it, it's not gonna kill us. I want to move on next to what's next to design. What do we have? We have like a whole bunch of shit that we need. Let's look at the document real quick. The
I've got another menu for you to design the cosmetic menu. You know you want to.
Nope.
I know you want to get back into gameplay stuff. That makes sense, dude.
Yeah, I really want to get back into gameplay dev. 'Cause
On the round start and end screens, and those are still missing, I guess. And
Okay.
we mentioned
Oh,
once to add
shit.
that camera
And the
intro.
spec menu and the betting menu. If we want to
Yeah.
go down that path, there's still a lot. Yeah.
Let's not do the betting menu yet, because we still need the backend shit.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that.
yeah. We do
the-
have someone chasing app IDs, right? That's what that email thread was before.
Yeah, we have someone chasing the app ID. So, okay, combo message. How many hits you've done in one sort of swipe, or whatever, like in swipes that are distanced X amount of time apart. I can design that. There's also the chat where the chat is
chat
gonna
window.
happen. Yeah. That's something we can just style directly with a res, right, Bio?
Yeah, mostly, I suppose.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just change also the code the way they need it. So
Yeah.
At the
Right.
moment, it's just using a boring old school VGUI, right?
Yeah. We
Cool.
don't really need to change how that behaves.
Uh-uh.
Let's see the ready status. So that goes along with the spectator UI.
Oh,
So this,
all that giant text shit. Yeah.
this week I'll work
Yeah.
on combo message and the chat, and then the week after that I'll work on the gigantic. Well, I don't think it's not going to be that gigantic. It's actually honestly just going to be like a couple
Oh, dude.
buttons.
I was saying how it is at the moment since we transitioned engines. The way it's blown the fuck up.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We're almost done with all this
Yeah.
UI stuff. And HUD
Well,
stuff.
I think we're over the hump.
Definitely. Okay, so that's what I'm doing this week is combo message and chat, and then if I can get to it, spectator UI, and I'll start on those.
Cool, man.
Okay, who's next?
Might as well go for Angry Nerd next, because I know he's been chipping away at stuff. Paul, what have you been up to, man?
Hey, so same as usual, I'm working away on the temple soundscapes. Had a bunch of really weird bugs last night, but I did some research on some dev forums and figured out how to fix that stuff.
Oh, nice.
I got to talk to you, Tim, after this meeting about the stuff that I
soundscape
emailed
stuff.
you about. So a few more soundscape little niggly issues that I'm still figuring out. There's
Cool,
also a bug in winter where a bunch of the sounds aren't loading, and I spent a good while yesterday trying to figure out why that was happening, but I honestly just couldn't find anything. Like, there's actually no console errors to do with the audio,
it's
but
weird.
there's a couple of really vague ones that say, like, this thing isn't working and it could break a bunch of things, and then it has a list of things like UI, blah, 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 and then it says etc. It doesn't mention audio, but maybe in the etc. section it means that, yeah, it could also be breaking the audio. But
Is there anything we can
anyway, so
hear?
this is the stuff I'm working on. What's that?
Is there anything we can hear?
Yes.
Have you got any sounds you can show off?
Yes, I do.
Dude, your eyebrows went up so high when he said that. You're like, oh fuck.
It is a show and tell after all.
Yes.
But
Let me show you what I've got. So at the moment...
That sounds awesome. That sounds Microsoft quality.
Alright, so I'm experimenting. I'm basically playing with it at the moment and seeing what works and what's not going to work. This is one of the things I'm thinking for inside the dojo. Can you guys hear that fairly well?
Yeah, it's not bad, dude. It's probably asking a bit much to do audio mixing on the fly, but that sounds fine, dude.
Shut up, dude. I'm listening. It's very musical.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it depends. If we are going to have music during gameplay, then we're going to have to either like that. Those are in the key of D, so either the music needs to be in the key of D, or I need to get rid of it.
I think when we talk to Tom Stoffel about what we're doing with that stuff, we can work out if we're having full background music. I'm not partial to it personally because I think that like the game sounds are a little bit more important. Like it's good to set scene, obviously, but I'd rather the atmospheric sounds like the stuff you're doing more than background music, Paul. Maybe it's because I'm an FPS arsehole and I normally turn the music off in games.
I'm gonna talk to Tom this week and or this week or next week, but we're gonna talk music. So.
Cool, man.
Awesome. And then, yeah, the other stuff I've been working on is like getting the sound of all the outside stuff, the waterfall and the ocean, all that stuff, and kind of filtering it so it sounds like it's kind of outside and
Drifting
distant.
in and everything.
Yeah, that's what I've been working on.
Cool.
Oh, Sam. Sam is next.
It's my turn?
Yeah, dude. If you're ready.
I really don't have a whole lot, just the railing that I was working on, which you can see on my screen. I just got the texture on it. I'm not... textures aren't really final. I kind of want to get more stuff, more of the details created for the courtyard before I really finalize everything, but
they're in.
But they're in.
And it marks a pretty big milestone for Sam as well because the fence model and the statues and that were a big job, and they're kind of the main detail for the courtyard, arena, and temple. So that's I am personally thinking it marks a round of applause for Sam personally because it was a big job.
Dude, the fences go really well with these statues. I'm shocked. It's awesome.
Yeah, they're designed to match the railing around the bridges that Pampers made as well.
That's badass, dude.
The texture is a little bit different, but I'm gonna work on that some more. But yeah. The other thing is I've been working on a a script. I'm working on my Jigglebone script, and I've been using this to. I used the work that I put into it this week to get a few swords, add some Jigglebones to some swords, and just to give it a test and see how it would look like. I don't know if I have had the right a good frame rate on my screen though to show these in game.
It's not great at the moment, too.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it in game on my screen, but I've only put it on 2 swords right now, which is the rapier and the legato splice.
You guys can't see it, but
Yeah,
it's
you can't see it.
really cool. But it adds a lot of like secondary movement to the swords. It gives them a little bit of flex and makes them move a little bit more realistically. It's really cool.
I'm trying not to overdo it. Trying to be very careful about it. Make each one match how the actual sword would flex in real life, but obviously it's tricky. I've been looking at reference material for it.
I think Flux was saying before with that was legato, right? Flux, you were saying it could do with like maybe 30% less wobble from when you were playing with them before, like in real life.
The rapier. The rapier. The one that you're using now. It could probably, like, really the only time it wobbles a lot is on contact.
Should only bend in one direction too.
That's just a subtle detail. Yeah, that's also correct. It only bends in one direction because of the way the metal is structured.
All right. Well, that can all be tweaked. I will work on it some more.
But yeah, that's so subtle.
Another try. Yeah, but I think people are going to notice, like, even a subtle thing like this.
Yeah.
You know, I think it adds to the experience. Of the
We're gonna get the Neil deGrasse Tyson of swords to come yell at us and say, "Hey."
Nice.
Really, that's all I have to show for this week, though. That's pretty much it.
Good job, dude. It's pretty cool.
What's next week for you, Spire?
Next week I just need to continue working on the courtyard. I mean, got a lot more work to do. I got plans. I don't really have anything specific to say. I want to kind of detail out the floor. So
replace all those temporary textures.
Yeah, there's a lot of temporary textures, a lot of temporary models.
Sounds good. Termi.
This week I've done a couple of things. I'll throw my screen share on. So this week I talked a little bit with Bio, and we got was it this week that we got the color shifting stuff in? So I painted a bunch of masks for the characters and stuff. As Bio mentioned, there's a couple that still need to be fixed because we kind of just threw them in really quickly to get stuff done. But they're in now, and they look pimp as far as I'm concerned. I also rebuilt one of our swords.
A Google Chrome window as opposed to anything else.
Oh, interesting. Hold on. Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better.
Nice. So yeah, I got the sword that I've currently got Phalanx holding in. It's a remake of one sword that we had. But it's actually quite different. The main reason we did it was to avoid copyright infringement, funnily enough. And I also built the scabbard for it. And when it was done, I actually got Sam, who was talking before about his Jigglebone script. I got him to add some secondary movement to that. You can see, I don't know how well the resolution is working, but there's like belts on the scabbard.
Be careful, man. You're walking into Final Fantasy VII territory.
Dude, you gotta do it. Like people want everything, I suppose. But yeah, so that's where we're at. That's where I was at with that. I did something else model related today.
You made a bunch of those texture masks for the skin for color changing.
Yeah. Dude, I mentioned that. But that was the lion's share. I've also been talking with you and also Bio about some of the attachment stuff a little bit, just working out how we're doing that.
I actually won't be able to get to that. I'll try to find time for that this week, but it's going to be difficult. I need to work with CRC Jax on that.
That's all good, man. Like the good thing is like it's not going to hold up the art pipeline at all. Building the scabbards, like when you guys get a chance to implement it, like I know there's a lot on the coding plate at the moment, as there is with art, but like it just has fallen to the point where it makes sense for us to start churning some of them out. So that's all good. But yeah,
going to use attachments. I can also do that alone, Flux, so you don't need to add bones for that, unless you want to animate them or something.
My main concern is like no, I don't want to animate the attachment. I want to be able to in Maya when I'm animating the sheathing. I want to know I'm sheathing to the correct location. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
If the attachment's here, I don't want to like in Maya guess where that is on the rig.
And that's probably easier to add a bone in that case, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll probably do that with a bone.
Cool.
I think it's just all around easier with a bone.
So I think we were looking at just in general, like I know we're doing the scabbards at the moment, but I've also talked to you and to a slightly lesser extent Bio about the capes and the masks and all that shit as well. So it's been it's weird. This week I've been doing a little bit more of the behind the scenes stuff rather than straight asset crunching. But
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, dude.
I used to code.
Dude, I used to just make models. It was a simpler time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to this week. I've been working at the moment on for this week coming. I've got some more scabbards to work on. The main reason I started working on them when I did was I basically wanted to nail down the workflow so I can basically pass it on to all the other artists on how we're actually going to do it and target poly counts and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's me this week.
Sick. UC joined us. Do you want to update us on what's going on, UC?
He has no mic.
Oh no.
Can you hear me?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
now we can. Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, by the way, UC, you weren't here earlier, but we are on the air for YouTube right now. So.
Yeah. I saw. I can put it on the face tweet if you'd like. That's what I was.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Cool.
You see, long time listener, first time caller.
So this week I'm getting back up to speed with things. Having a lot more time available. I worked. I worked a lot on the peer review plan and the compensation agreement, not to be confused with the reimbursement agreement.
Let's take that off air. Let's take that off air.
Oh, it really doesn't matter. It's not like there's any details to it.
Okay.
But other than that, I mean, I'm just gonna try and keep working on some social media stuff and really get the testers up to speed. Try and see if they can start jumping on board with interacting a whole lot with more.
Building up PR army.
Yeah, pretty much, because we need to start being loud about the accomplishments that we've made and how awesome this game is.
Seeing what people have been up to, like letting everyone know what we've been up to.
Yeah, so I'm going to get them on board, and all of you know what on board means. So
we could use more testers, you see.
Yeah, and we can talk off air about that. But we basically a lot of the work this week's going to be getting them up to speed and doing some more legal business stuff.
What about
working with Valve too?
Oh, the life of a biz guy.
You're also chasing down the app ID, I hope.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All that stuff
that's all big tie into like Steam inventory and Steamworks and stats and all that kind of fun shit.
And for you and Bio, my hope is that I can get that to you probably by the end of this week. This coming week, I guess. So I don't know how you'll have to kind of reorganize your tasks once that's available to you, but I will let you know as soon as we have access.
Reorganize as in, hey, MSM, we have shit for you to do now.
But yeah, that's it for me. It's still going to be a lighter than what it used to be week for me, but it's just because ramp up time for my new job, and it's starting to take less time out of my free time. So I will be good.
Hooray!
Oh, and I'll be on IRC during the week this week. Sorry about that. That was
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, UC. So we have some question. Scabbards attached to the back or just the sides? They're gonna be both. We're gonna have every character is gonna have a
Where
different
was that
attach-
question, dude?
on
Oh,
on
Panthers. Cool.
So scabbards, some scabbards can be on the left, some scabbards can be on the back. It depends on the character because we found out that for Knight, you can't actually sheath on
His
his
big
hip.
armor pads.
Yeah, because of his armor like hip thing.
And it's the same thing with Pure because she's got the chunky stuff on her back.
Yeah.
So she almost needs to be hip mounted. It also means, I was thinking about it as well, Flux, it also means that in some situations, if a character's got a sword on their back, it means that they can't have a cape, and just obvious things like that as well.
Fuck.
You didn't think of that, did you? It's
No.
not a big deal, though, man. It just means that when people are like picking their character loadout, it's like, well, you can have this or this. It's not a big deal, man. I think people are going to be understanding if it's like, oh, what do you mean I can't put a cape on top of my sword on top of my hat? So
Alright.
that's not a big deal, man.
We'll think about that.
Yeah.
Do I have a YouTube link?
Did I just drop a bomb on you?
I don't think. I don't know, but do I have the YouTube link? No. I think this is being recorded though, so. Oh yeah, I do have the link. I do have the link. Here
It
you
should be
go.
going live, but I'll just upload it.
It doesn't
I'll just
matter.
upload it after to our YouTube.
I linked it.
Cool.
It should be there.
Okay. Cool, thank you.
On that note, I think we're on the tail end of it, guys.
Yeah, we're done for today.
Yeah.
Thanks all.
Good turnout. Thank you everyone for making it, as usual. It's fucking awesome to see what everyone's been up to.
We have everybody give Twin shit because I really want him to be part of the team and he's not participating, and so everybody give him shit.
All
Cool.
good.
All right, we all know what we're doing this week. Thanks, guys.
Cool. How do we kill this hangout thing?
Uh,
Well, how do we stop the recording at least?
I can stop the recording, but we should just play music.
Sweet.